Hello, Maureen with Head to Heart, and I have some exciting news. I am an author in the Heart Notes Anthology. It is inspiring letters to the matters of the heart, where I am one of quite a few authors in this book, and I wrote on the inner child. How did I get there? How did I connect to my inner child? Last fall, I was lifting up a file cabinet, or pardon me, a bookshelf, and I'd moved it a little bit and thought, oh, it's just not quite right. I need to move it a little bit further to a place I really wanted it to be. And it had books in, and it had papers, and it had notepads and scribblers. So it was very heavy, as small as it was. And the very last time I lifted it up, I heard a snap or a pop in my back. I was on my knees, and I knew I had done something. Once I had an x-ray, it was determined I had fractured my T12, which is pretty much in the middle of our backs. And I went ahead and patiently waited for the 6 weeks to recover. And then I took a yoga class to rehabilitate my back along with physiotherapy. As I was doing a plank during my yoga class, my back went into spasm again in exactly the same place. I was very angry because I believed I wasn't ready to repair my body. I then connected with a coach because you know what? Coaches need coaches. We can't always figure out what's going on within us and because of how we feel or how we experience things in life. During that conversation, it was discovered that my 16-year-old inner child wanted to be heard, acknowledged, and validated. I began to listen to her. What I discovered is my 16-year-old child also wanted to have fun. And what she was reminding me about was for me to have fun again. It seems that as we get older, we raise children, maybe run a business, work in a career, and life just keeps moving on. Part of what we forget is to not have fun. In addition to not always paying attention to our bodies and listening to what they need. I remember my 16-year-old self. She was a lot of fun, and she was ready to try anything once, which could have been dangerous, although I remained very safe. Once I began to acknowledge and validate her, I recognized where I had not validated or recognized myself. And first and foremost, I hadn't listened to my body. And this is where the injury, the fracture happened on my T12. When we were asked to write an article in this book, I jumped on it and decided that I wanted to write to my dear inner child, where I thanked her for creating the awareness in me and understanding where I had come from. I had desperately wanted to be recognized and validated, especially by my mom, where most of my life I received criticism and there was very little validation. What I did recognize from this injury, 50 years later, I needed to first of all validate myself. And writing this short article on my inner child gave me that opportunity to validate myself. And again, the reminder to really listen to and pay attention to my body. What I discover every day is that we grow and we learn very valuable lessons. Sometimes they're painful. However, most of them create aha moments and newness so that as we continue to walk this path of living a life in our bodies, we continue to learn. From my heart to yours.